Roblox is a corporation, an entity that is trying their absolute hardest to please their shareholders. It's a public company that absolutely needs to turn a profit lest they disappear forever. But Roblox is one of the most fascinating corporations from a business standpoint, because literally their entire platform is user-generated. UGC doesn't just apply to the hats that your character can wear, but the entire platform as a whole and everything on it. Since 2006, Roblox has been growing at a rapid pace, with users flocking to the site by the literal millions to play all kinds of games. This insane growth and wealth of opportunity to spend real money on the platform has led to Roblox achieving an estimated value of almost $40 billion. Billion with a B. However, what's arguably more interesting about Roblox is the fact that they weren't always this symbol of modern-day capitalism in the games industry. In fact, Roblox began their journey as a humble learning tool designed to introduce kids to the world of video game development. Roblox Studio is free and can basically run on a toaster. The language it uses, Lua, is very simple to learn compared to other coding languages like Java, and hosting games on Roblox is completely free. And for years, Roblox had marketed themselves as powering imagination, as a platform where anyone could make anything for free. But that didn't exactly make Roblox a lot of money, and even before going public on the stock market back in 2021, Roblox needed a way to incentivize developers to stay on their platform, rather than moving to another service like Steam or itch.io. This is where the Roblox economy was born. Robux is the platform's primary currency, and it was originally used as a way for Roblox to earn a little extra cash from its users. Robux could buy basically anything from hats to, well, hats, I guess. Listen, this was like 15 years ago, so just bear with me. Now, Robux was a good start, but unless you were obsessed with collecting virtual hats on a children's building game, there wasn't really any real incentive to earn Robux. It was more of a nice luxury rather than the platform's entire identity. However, that all changed in 2013 when Roblox released a feature called the Developer Exchange, or DevX. DevX was, and still is, the single most important update Roblox ever received. It allowed developers to trade in their virtual Robux for real-life currency, and it finally gave developers a true monetary incentive to develop games on Roblox. Roblox's X factor then became the fact that you could make a multiplayer game for free on Roblox without having to set up or pay for online servers. However, with this change also came a shift in how games were made on Roblox. Developers now started to focus more on monetization rather than fun and interactive gameplay. It wasn't so bad in the beginning, with games like The Mad Murderer, while being heavily monetized, was still a fundamentally fun party game. However, it didn't take long before bad actors would swoop in and start using Roblox as a means to generate as much money as humanly possible. Enter Roblox Premium. In 2019, Roblox decided to change how their monthly subscription worked. Builders Club was Roblox's original monthly plan, which saw members being given a few Robux every day for free. Builders Club had some other benefits like being able to join more groups and being allowed to trade limited items, but other than that, Builders Club didn't really do anything else except put a badge next to your name, outing yourself to everyone around you that you paid for Roblox. But in 2019, Builders Club became Roblox Premium, and with it, a complete overhaul on how the system functioned. Several small things were changed, but it was overall the exact same as Builders Club. But the most important change by far was the creation of what are called premium payouts. Premium payouts are another form of earning Robux from games, and the way it works mirrors this engagement-first era of the internet we're currently living in. TLDR, the longer someone with a Roblox Premium account plays a game, the more premium payouts that game will make. This caused a sort of renaissance to happen on Roblox, with developers realizing that they can passively earn Robux at arguably a better rate through premium payouts compared to simple Game Pass sales. This has led to the current situation we're in now. Games like Pet Simulator 99, Souls RNG, and even Adopt Me all prioritize premium payouts over everything else. Everything in these games take an extremely long amount of time to complete, whether that's raising a pet in Adopt Me or hatching eggs in Pet Simulator. Now, obviously, if you don't want to wait, you can spend Robux, so the game is earning money off you whether or not you're playing a long time or not. This is already bad enough, not to mention the fact that Roblox really likes to push these games with super high play times to the front page more than games that don't. But would you believe me if I told you that it gets worse? Because it absolutely does. You see, at this point in the timeline, things are not great. But the good thing is that a majority of these games are still owned and run by small teams of indie developers. Despite many of these games having shady shady business practices, at least it's not a gigantic corporation doing their darndest to monopolize a children's building game, right? Right? This is GameFam, and the first thing you see on their website in proud, bold text is the phrase, "Unleashing the potential of metaverse gaming for brands and creators." Now, I'm sure you can already tell that something is extremely off by this wording. First of all, really? Are we still doing the metaverse thing in the Big 25? I thought this concept died a long time ago, but I guess grifters are gonna grift. GameFam is one of two examples of a corporation sliding into Roblox and colonizing it as fast as humanly possible. GameFam has a long track record of poor business practices and was the absolute laughingstock of the platform for many years. While we haven't heard much from them in some time, that doesn't mean they're completely innocent. GameFam has control over multiple massive Roblox games, including but not limited to Robeats, Military Tycoon, and most importantly, Sonic Speed Simulator, along with some absolute classic bangers like Easy Obby and Really Easy Obby. Just in case the first one wasn't easy enough. GameFam owns a lot of games on Roblox. Sonic Speed Simulator, if I'm remembering correctly, is not only an officially licensed Sega property, that's an entire other can of worms that I am not opening today, but also a massive game in its own right that gets a good deal of average visitors. They market themselves in their About Us tab as the leading metaverse media company for Gen Z and Alpha communities, which is simultaneously the most hilarious and most sickening opening line I've ever read. Essentially how GameFam operates is they roll up to a relatively new Roblox game with a lot of potential in a small team, take advantage of that inexperience, lowball the team for an outright purchase of the game, and then they ruin it by over-monetizing it. GameFam is not a group of developers. They're a company that purchases Roblox games in order to generate massive amounts of money. Remember when Roblox was about powering imagination? GameFam goes against the very fundamentals of this website by ripping games from independent studios and adding them to their portfolio of cash cows. Not to mention the fact that none of GameFam's games are fun, except for Shadowvis RPG, which I actually enjoy. But my point is that GameFam's only goal is to make money, and they do not care about how they accomplish that task. But GameFam isn't the only corporation doing this, no. In fact, there's a company out there that's arguably more manipulative and shady than GameFam, and that's DoBig Studios. Just to show how bad DoBig is for Roblox games, let's take a look at my original video on Fish. Just before DoBig bought it for God knows how much money, Fish, when it first released, was a very fun game. It was relaxing, soothing, and fun to explore and collect fish in. But what I liked about Fish was that it didn't employ any sort of FOMO tactics, which are often used to get people to spend money on stuff they really don't need or want. However, once DoBig entered the picture, the monetization for Fish went completely off the rails and became one of the most heavily monetized and poorly optimized games on the entirety of Roblox. Just look at the shop tab. Just look at it. That is completely unacceptable and frankly just looks awful. They really did the Pet Simulator thing and just crammed as many game passes, boosters, and skins as they possibly could into their shop so that they could maximize the amount of money they were earning from their clientele. Or look at Blade Ball. There are full-blown gacha mechanics and battle passes in this game, and I kid you not, the only game mechanic that Blade Ball actually has is hitting a ball back and forth until someone misses. That's the entire game. I didn't even think it was possible that a game could have more kinds of monetization than game mechanics, but I guess here we are. My main point here with all this is that companies like GameFam and DoBig go against everything Roblox used to stand for. Obviously, in today's climate, we are never going to see Roblox do anything about this because neither GameFam nor DoBig are actually doing anything legally wrong, but if you ask me, they are doing something morally wrong. Roblox games are indie games created by small dev teams, with some even being created by solo developers. Who are these corporations to come in and monopolize Roblox like it's nothing more than a bunch of floating dollar signs? So I have a humble request for the up-and-coming Roblox developers who want to leave a positive legacy on this site. Don't sell your game to DoBig or GameFam or whoever. Your game is your game. take pride in it and put everything you have into making it the best game you can possibly make. I mean, just think about it. If I sold my YouTube channel, not only would I no longer be Bedsheet Ghost, but nobody would care about any sort of projects that I would do in the future. Oh, and always remember, if a deal is too good to be true, it probably is. Take it from a guy who has seen many a scam marketed as a fake brand deal. How about starting now we go back to Roblox's goal being powering imagination, and show the world just how good Roblox games can get. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.